Previously on Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies.
Yes! Yes, it's time! Oh my god! It's edgy time! Phoenix, I'm coming, my love!
I trust you've been well, Wright.
Behold, hey, I've got glasses now! And now, back to listening to people!
Hello! This is NicoB, back with some more Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies.
We last left off, we ran into my favorite fucking prosecutor, Miles motherfucking Edgeworth, yes! Oh! And he looks glorious. Now he's got freaking glasses, and I actually compared his, like, what his outfit looked like before and what it looks like now. And he actually's got, like, a long coat version of his original outfit. Originally, it was just, like, a blazer. But now it, like, goes down his legs, because, you know, the longer you're an attorney, the longer your coat gets, too. It just grew out on its own. And, oh, my God, it's just, it's so cool. It's so cool to see him, like, all grown up, and now he's the chief prosecutor. By the way, you guys corrected me. I wasn't quite right about Blaze being the chief prosecutor. He was actually the chief prosecutor before Lena Skye. He was just the head of this investigation. I forgot about that. He was like, they mentioned that he was at one point a chief prosecutor, but he wasn't at the time from Ace Investigations 2. He wasn't a chief prosecutor then. I got that mixed up. And also, another thing I sort of misremembered. I had said last episode that it seemed like Athena was disgusted with Black Will. But as you guys sort of point out, it wasn't really so much disgust, it's more probably frustration with just, I guess, how he is refusing to, I guess, fight his own case, and maybe just the way he acts in court. I think partially why I thought that I'd interpret it that way is because I had my own idea about how he related to her case. I mean, the way they had set it up, it did make it look like Black Will was involved with Athena's case in some way. It looked like he was responsible for killing someone, you know, based on that cutscene where we see him cutting somebody and blood going everywhere, and then we cut to Athena with being covered in blood. It almost made it look like he did it in front of her. But what kept throwing me off was how, like, Athena didn't seem to remark on that. So, you know, in the end, it really didn't make any sense that he would have ended up being the killer, but it was what I thought initially, and I think that sort of influenced my interpretations of her reactions with Black Will, you know, like, oh, like, she can't stand him or whatever, but just more of a frustration. I think if I go back and I rewatch some of those scenes again, I'll see with a new sort of understanding. But yeah, I wasn't totally correct about that. Also, I want to apologize. I feel like a couple episodes ago I had brought up my frustration with, like, why didn't they bring up where Athena was, what was she doing at that time or whatever. It seemed to really bother a lot of people. I think I seemed to be kind of alone in my frustration there, and it seemed to bother a lot of people. I'm sorry about that. I like to be honest in these Let's Plays. I want to give you guys my honest feelings about certain moments and stuff, but I seem to be totally alone in that frustration, so it may have just been a bit of a gross exaggeration on my part, so I'm sorry about that. Another thing I've also heard you guys mention is that, like, what, Nico, why haven't you mentioned the killer soundtrack this game has? It's kind of hard to do that with a lot of these Phoenix Wright games. I think you might have noticed I don't really say much at all about the Phoenix Wright game soundtrack, despite all of them having really quite good songs when you finally listen to them. My problem is that I'm talking over most of it, you know? So I don't usually ever get to hear, like, the entire song. I just hear bits and pieces of it. But yeah, this game's had a great soundtrack. I think all the Ace Attorney games have had really quite good soundtracks. I do particularly like Clavier's theme, but it is kind of hard until, like, I usually go on later and listen to it, because I'm just always talking over it, unless it's playing during, like, an investigation scene where I'm actually, like, able to look around and then finally get a nice earful of it. Also, one last thing, you guys told me, apparently, if there's a point in this next trial part, which apparently is also supposed to be quite long, which I'm not too surprised about, but if we ever bring up a thing about that involves wiping, I need to pick that option. Okay, I'll try to remember that. Wiping, remember. But yes, now we're on to the trial section. I feel like it could end up being Fulbright. You know, it's like, I think it would actually make a great twist, but part of me would also be kind of disappointed, only because that would mean he'd be the bad guy, and he probably wouldn't show up in later games, right? And I really liked Fulbright. I don't know. I thought he was a really cool character. I thought he was a lot of fun as the goofy detective. I definitely liked him better than Emma Skye. At least as much as Gumshoe. He was fun. He was fun to voice, too. I think it'd make a good twist, but also be kind of like, no, dude, don't go down the dark path. But I don't know. We'll find out. Hey, he might not be, right? But anyway, turnabout for tomorrow, trial day 1. Let's get started. December 20th, 3:11 p.m., District Court, Federal number 5.
I did a little research.
Oh, by the way, you guys also mentioned how another reason why people wanted me to play through the main story before playing the DLC case is that you sort of run, you run into pearls here, and it's a bit more of a surprise. But to be honest, I kind of thought the DLC case introduced her in a much better way, like with the little anime cutscene and stuff. I actually am kind of glad at least so far, I'm pretty happy that I played the DLC case first. I think she had a better introduction there, which kind of makes sense because that did technically take place before this case. And this one, she just kind of comes out of nowhere. It's like, hey, how's it going?
I looked into this special Saki locks you mentioned, Mr. Nick.
You did? That's great. I really appreciate it. I saw that shit on Kristoff. That shit messed me up, man.
A red Saki lock protects a secret a person is constantly trying to hide. The person falls under questioning. The lock breaks and the truth comes out.
Yep, that's exactly how I got the truth out of Detective Fulbright and Director Cosmos.
But a black Saki lock protects a secret from the deepest place in a person's heart. A secret that the person isn't even consciously aware of.
How does that relate to Kristoff, then? Wasn't he aware of everything that he had done, though? Right? I don't know, it's been a while. I haven't played it. Can you guys explain that? I thought he was sort of aware of all the stuff he'd done, but maybe there was something there. I can't remember. It's been so long. So even they don't know it's there.
Athena isn't trying to keep anything from you on purpose. For some reason, part of her heart and her memories are sealed off, even from herself.
Okay, so all I have to do is break the Saki locks.
According to my research, the black Saki lock is like a heavy chain wrapped directly around one's heart. If they are ripped off by force, it could cause permanent damage to a person's soul.
Wow! Damn, I should have done it to Kristoff, that asshole! In other words, if I'm not careful, I can traumatize Athena for good. Gulp. Well, I mean, I kind of got the information out of Kristoff by just doing the trial normally. Just do that with Athena. I don't have to rip open her soul. Take this, Athena! Ah! Pearls, can you stay by Athena's side? She must be suffering under the weight of such a heavy burden.
All right, but will you be all right by yourself, Mr. Nick?
I'm up against Edgeworth. I have to be able to give this trial all my focus and strength. Yes, it's gonna be glorious.
I can't do that if I'm here. I'll just hold you back.
No, you're just too powerful, Pearls. No, it's not it. I can relax and concentrate if I knew you were with Athena. You're the only one who can do it, Pearls.
All right, I'll do it. I'm gonna flex my muscles, Mr. Nick. Good luck, Mr. Nick.
Good. Now my mind is at ease. I better get ready. I'll just tidy up the evidence and take out what I don't need. God, again? I still cleaning it out? It's time to end this nightmare I started 7 years ago. Feels like every Ace Attorney game has some sort of like, so many years ago some shit happened, right? December 20th, District Court number 4. Also, you guys point out how it seems like everybody in this game has like some kind of like parental or family issues. That is very true. Defense, prosecution, judge. There are even people in the gallery. Or in the Phoenix Wright series, I mean. The roof has been completely blown off. The walls have collapsed. Oh, God, I gotta settle this rocky, broken chair. Great. Yeah, I'll say I want to spend a Tuesday. But today, this ruin is my battleground. Oh, wait, yeah. Oh, my God, we have a robot on the stand right now. Don't need any lights in here. Nope. Oh, my God, my head is gonna get a sunburn. Court, or some facsimile thereof, is now in session for the trial of Athena Sykes. We're really doing this, huh? Hold it up. Not a facsimile, old man. This is a proper official trial. Take this more seriously, or you'll start hearing the bones of the hostages snap. Please try not to upset Miss Blackwell. I'm begging you. Sorry, Mr. Robot. Court's now in session for the very serious and very proper trial of Athena Sykes. Oh, it feels so good to be back, huh? Oh, look at that coy little eyebrow of mine, huh? Oh my God, look at me doing my classic poses in full 3D. And it looks so much better than you do, Phoenix. Yours just look weird. Shut up. Hey, we're still getting used to mine, okay? Huh. This is no trial. It's nothing more than a ridiculous farce. What did you say? I feel like I should be giving the robot, like, just the robot voice, because it is... We couldn't tell initially that it was Aura Blackwell, right? So, I feel like it's gotta be a robot voice coming out of that thing. Edgeworth, did you not hear what I just said to his honor? However, oh, here's the finger. This ridiculous farce is a very important meeting for our legal system. Recall the case of the UR1 incident in which a prosecutor was found guilty of murder. That case ushered in the odious dark age of the law. And, you know, the shit that happened with Phoenix, too, but nobody cares about that. I see what you're after. If we can find the real truth behind that case. Precisely, the darkness will be dispelled and glory shall be restored to the court system. Glory! In my beautiful beard, Prosecutor Edgeworth, you sound as if you know something of this truth. I get a hard-on for truth. I am harder than a diamond in a night storm right now. I do indeed. A new suspect has emerged in the UR1 case. For 7 years, Simon Blackwell has refused to speak in order to cover for someone else. Brace yourself, Phoenix. Here it comes. I'm sorry, Wright, but the situation is what it is, and I must do what I must. The prosecution moves to indict Athena Sykes on the court of murder in the first degree. Big hand slam. Ooh, windy in here.
Regardless the circumstance, I intend to question the defendant with all I have. For that is a part of my creed.
Yes.
Then you better bring it.
If the two of you are ready. Court is now in session for the trial of Athena Sykes.
Your Honor, the defense was born ready.
Yes!
The prosecution is also ready.
Whack at my little finger. Hey, how about thee, Wright? Ah! Like we're getting ready to just leap into the center of the court and just have at it. Ah! There's immense tension between us. It's like we're picking up right where we left off. Oh my God, I am so ready to fuck that guy. Oh hey, my glasses are off. It's my duty to clear Prosecutor Blackwell of false accusations and end this insanity. Even if I can't see where you are, Phoenix, you just put your glasses back on. No, I gotta go full old school on this. But I have no intention of losing Miss Sykes either. She's a very promising young lawyer. I know without a doubt that Athena is innocent. But I don't think Prosecutor Blackwell did it either. Yes, I did. I fucking killed that slut. So do you have any clue who was responsible for the sabotage? At the very least, I know it wasn't Simon Blackwell. I don't know enough to identify the true culprit, but it's clear what that person is. To put it simply, a spy. The true culprit is a spy. It's going to be hard to convince anyone of that when I barely believe it myself. But I don't have a choice if I want to save Athena and Blackwell and expose a spy. Alan, Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth. Huh. No need for the Chief Prosecutor bit, Your Honor. I'm here as a simple prosecutor. Very well. Oh, God, this really brings back memories. Remember when we used to be 2D? Remember when you used to have pixels and shit around us? Oh, God. I used to just have, like, 2 animations for talking. Oh, it was just a simple, glorious time. Your opening statement, please, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Although I've been known of late to give an impressive opening statement myself. In all trials I've ever seen, only the prosecution gives an opening statement. Oh, of course, you're right. I was just joking. Just having a little fun. Oh, I was getting so proud of myself. I sounded so good. You should have seen me, Edgeworth. I don't care, old man. So he wasn't doing them just out of fear. Interesting. Well, it started that way, but eventually I realized I kind of like it. Let's start with a brief overview of the UR1 incident. The incident occurred at the Cosmos Space Center 7 years ago on October 7th. The victim's psychologist, Matus, you guys said, not Metis, Matus, I think you guys know how I pronounce it? Matus Sykes was killed in the robotics lab on the 4th floor. Athena's mother. Simon Blackwell, a young prosecutor at the time, was found guilty of the crime. There were 2 deciding factors that led to his guilty verdict. 1. Blackwell's the only person in the corridor to the lab at the time of the murder. And 2. This photo, which captured the moment of the crime.
Oh, it feels good to have totally murdered my mentor.
Very incriminating evidence indeed. It appears that the only conclusion is that Prosecutor Blackwell did indeed. Hold it. Are you kidding me? I'm not accepting any conclusion of that kind, or I will murder the shit out of everyone. I don't care what you have to say, robot. Kill as many as you want. I don't give a fuck. She's guilty, bitch. Fine. They're all dead. It's all your fault. This opening statement is over. Now, hurry up and call the witness. Excuse me, Miss Blackwell. We must follow proper procedure for these things, you know. Even for fake trials. Or perhaps we should heed her wishes, Your Honor. She's the trial sponsor, after all. Seriously, look at that eyebrow. It's so coy. I love it. Besides, the courtroom is chilly, and just sitting here for too long can't be good for your back. Oh, you are very kind to show such concern for the welfare of the elderly. Shut up, old man!
His skill was ever at playing the court puppeteer, I see.
That's right. Blackwell thinks he has psychology down. Well, guess again, bitch. I'm the master here. The prosecution calls his first witness. A witness who decided to bring forth new testimony after 7 long years.
New testimony? And just who is this witness anyway?
It's me! Hello there! Ah! Bobby Fulbright's the name. In justice we trust.
What are you doing here?
I'm just here to speak for the hostage taker, Miss Ora Blackwell. She says she's too busy with with confining and threatening the hostages and all.
That doesn't seem to stop her from constantly chiming in through Clonco.
Oh, I see. I'm nothing more than an observer in this. Do your best. I'm watching you. Believing her brother innocent, Miss Blackwell has been conducting her own investigation. And though her current actions are hardly lawful, I think we can at least hear her theory. I have here Miss Blackwell's notes on the investigation she conducted. And I'll be giving testimony based on these notes. Here I go. Okay. Or Blackwell's theory. Simon isn't the murderer. He was trying to cover for someone. Someone else was at the scene at the time they say Simon committed the murder. I mean, if he really was out to steal that moon rock, then why the rolling case? Because he was using it to hide someone inside. That's why. And the only person small enough to fit inside that case was Athena Sykes. It's true. See, I pointed that out, and why it surprised me that the rolling case didn't get added into my, I don't think it did. My, court evidence. But we can see in the picture that, or one of these pictures. Where is it? Oh, yep, there it is. Yeah, one of the cases is missing. And that's Miss Blackwell's theory. It totally goes in the face of the official ruling, huh? About the case she mentions, there were other rolling cases like that one in the lab. But they're not for traveling. They're apparently for moving parts and equipment.
I vaguely remember seeing 3 cases, all different sizes.
At the last trial, they thought that Prosecutor Blackwell used the case to steal the rock. And they had a perfectly good reason to think that too. You see, there's a security camera in the corridor that leads to the robotics lab. Oh. And that camera captured footage of Blackwell leaving the scene with the case. Oh.
So that's where that missing case went. I see why that footage helped to bring his trial to a quick end. It's very convincing, that's for sure.
Although I gotta say, it doesn't really... based on the evidence I have, I don't think it really proves that she's wrong in her regard. Blackwell's the only person to pass through the time of the crime. Okay. That case, by the way, was later discovered outside of the Space Center grounds.
Speaking of after the incident, where was the defendant, Athena Sykes, found?
She was found on the 5th floor of the Space Center in the Sykes family residence. Prosecutor Blackwell most likely brought her there after the incident. In addition, it's unknown where Miss Sykes was at the estimated time of death.
Well, based on that flashback we keep seeing where she gets covered in blood, probably pretty close by.
Miss Sykes was too confused by the shock of her mother's death to give proper testimony, and there was no witness or evidence to tell us where she might have been.
So what you're saying is Miss Sykes didn't have an alibi?
That is what the evidence is saying, yes. Prove me wrong, dude, come on. I understand the reason behind the theory, but I'm far from convinced. The victim is the accused mother. Are you actually claiming an 11-year-old girl? Huh. Hey, that's my thing. I'm the one that goes hump all the time. Shut up. I'm the star of this game now. Of course, the girl had a very strong motive. Dr. Sykes was a psychologist who wrote many papers about speech and emotions. You're aware of Athena Sykes' special ability, aren't you, Your Honor? I haven't to put up with that weird shit on a daily basis. Are you referring to that therapy thing? Yes, she's done it quite a few times in court. The ability to read emotions from speech, and the subject of her mother's research. Well, as long as it benefits society, I don't see any particular problem researching it. I don't like where this is heading. Not one bit. Dr. Sykes was so intent on her research, she forced her daughter to undergo experiments. Prosecutor Edward, are you seriously suggesting? Ha! I've done my best to be delicate, but even you can't deny it to be true, Mr. Wright. No longer able to withstand the anguish of the experiments, Miss Sykes felt her only choice was to kill her own mother. Oh, shit! Yeah, it's not just like the bits we've seen of her flashing back with the headphones on. She really did not look very happy. Order the court! What a tragic story. I hardly don't want to believe myself, but we must proceed. Mr. Wright, if you could, Detective Fulbright, please refer to the notes. Okay, right off the bat, I'm not really, seeing an issue here, though. Yes, bring it on, Edgeworth. My lover. Just like the old days. Okay, Simon isn't the murderer. He was trying to cover for someone. Someone else was at the scene of the murder. They say Simon committed the murder. Because he was using it to hide someone, that's why.
Hold it!
Hold it. And how do you propose to hit a person inside one of those cases? Huh. Have you forgotten that we just saw such a thing only the other day? At your own daughter's magic show. She fit a grown person into a small box. Oh yeah, damn it, Trucy. Way to ruin the memory of a good day. A magic show? I wish I would have thought to invite me. Actually, I would have liked to go too, huh? My apologies. I'll invite you both next time, I promise. Trust, it's really not that great, though, guys, alright? Majority is, it's just her pulling shit out of her magic panties. So, wait a minute. What are we talking about again? Prosecutor Blackwell was using the case to hide someone. And the only person small enough to fit inside that case was Athena Sykes. But that's nothing more than conjecture. It's hardly the only possibility. Yeah. In that case, what do you think Prosecutor Blackwell had in that case? I think it was the moon rock. Objection! Whoa! Whoa, that sounded different. Whoa! I'm older and more experienced, right? Thus, my voice has gotten slightly deeper and I don't know what that. I don't know. That sounded really different, though. It sounded like my mouth was full of something. Objection! Well, at least it wasn't as terrifying as meant for his objection. There were 3 cases at the scene, but Prosecutor Blackwell used the largest one. The moon rock was egg-shaped and only about 8 inches in diameter. It wouldn't have made any sense to use the largest case there just to move that rock.
Objection!
Yeah. Be as it may, it doesn't prove Miss Sykes was inside. Huh. Then let me ask you this. Can you come up with a better theory of what was in the case? Well, Mr. Wright, can you? Yikes. Give a guy some time to think. Let's see. Should I try to bluff my way through what could have been in that case? Fuck yeah, that's what I do all the time. I know exactly what Prosecutor Blackwell carried from the scene. Just to find something else that was missing, right? No sweat. Oh, I'd be very interested in hearing your theory. If it's true, that is. This is a crime scene photo taken after the Prosecutor Blackwell left, correct? What I'll do is compare this with this photo of Prosecutor Blackwell to see what's missing. If he took something with him, then it should be in one of these photos. Is that arm there? Lady Luck, don't fail me now. All right then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. What did Prosecutor Blackwell take from the scene of the murder? Okay, let me look at the. It's gotta be the arm, right? Yeah, it's okay. I couldn't really tell, but yeah, it is. It's just a different angle of the room. But that little cart there has the arm on it, or in the other picture at least. Okay. Yep, it's this weird little bandage arm. I knew this thing would come into play at some point.
Take that!
Please notice that there's a robotic part on top of the cart in this photo. It's really weird because it's supposed to be a robot part, but it looks like there's blood on part of it. Oh, maybe it's her blood. However, in this photo taken after the crime, the robot part is gone. In other words, This part's something that was taken from the scene of the crime. You do appear to be right. I don't see it in the second picture. But it's just a piece of junk. How important could it be? Is it really just an insignificant robot part? Speaking of which.
What are you looking at? I'm gonna start charging for each glance per eyeball.
Stingy, stingy. What happened to the age of free previews? Your Honor, about this robot part. Doesn't it look like it could be an arm from that robot there? Well, you mentioned it, it does, doesn't it? But the case is still too big to be practical for just the moon rock and a robot arm. It wasn't really just one arm that was in there. If it wasn't Athena in the case, then maybe one of the robots entirely, just a piece of it. I believe there was another robot at the scene that looks just like the one here. Your Honor, it is defense assertion that it was this other robot that was in the case. What? Gosh, seriously, we need to clean up this debris. We can't be certain that part belonged to a robot. Yes, it looks like the arm of the one before us, but it could be something else entirely. Nope, it's in that picture we saw before. Besides, it's wrapped entirely in bandaging, making it difficult to verify what it is. Objection! Blah. I know for a fact that it is a robot arm. I can even tell which robot it belonged to, just by looking at it. With this information, we can investigate whether it was there at the time or not. Well, Mr. Wright, I thought you were more of the technologically illiterate type. When did you become such an expert? Shut up! I feel somehow abandoned. We used to both be so beautifully ignorant together. Don't worry, Your Honor. I still know next to nothing about machines. But I know this piece of evidence proves which robot arm the arm belonged to. Let's see, where was it? Yeah, right here.
Take that!
The robot in this picture is named Ponko. But take a look at Ponko's arm. It was Miss Sykes who bandaged it up like that. Well, she must have thought that machines heal in the same way that people do. What an adorable, naive mistake. What a dumbass. Reminds me of my own grandchild. The robot arm at the crime scene had the same bandaging wrapped around it. In other words, this robot arm could belong to none other than Ponko.
Bongo, bong, bong, bongo. Bongo, bong, bong, bongo.
Or the car! Or I say, Prosecutor Edgeworth, what do you have to say to this? I can see the robot is about the same size as a child, but it cannot grab its knees and curl itself into a ball. It could be disassembled though, dude. If it was the largest of the cases, the robot couldn't possibly fit in there. The case does come up to about mid-thigh on Prosecutor Black. The case, I said that. I see your point. The robot is much taller than that. They got me there. So then did Prosecutor Blackwell make Ponko fit in the case by dismantling her, compacting her, dismantling her. Yes, he crushed her with his bare fucking hands. Of course, Ponko would fit. All Prosecutor Blackwell had to do was dismantle her. Once taken apart, the robot could easily have fit inside the rolling case. Appears to be a robot assembling device.
Disassemble anything in a flash. Push the dismantle button. That sounds pretty neat. Can I push it, Mr. Knight?
No. Sounds rather violent. Oh, Mr. Wright does have a point there. Objection. Except that there was a body on the table where robots are dismantled and assembled. There would have been no room to take the robot apart.
Objection!
Do it by hand? Maybe. But what if it wasn't done on the table? What if the katana was used instead? You mean the sword? Yes, Your Honor. Miss Blackwell, like your opinion as a woman of science. Isn't it true that katana could have been used to take the robot apart?
I suppose so. Their joints aren't made of very tough material. A blade could slice through them.
Thank you for your expert opinion, Miss Blackwell. Thanks to you, we now know that the existence of the severed arm in this photo proves that Ponko was taken apart. In addition, since the rest of Ponko was not found in the scene, we can conclude that the true meaning of this photo is very different from the original interpretation. You can't mean? Blah. That's exactly what I mean. This photo does not capture the moment of the murder. It is instead a picture of the moment after the robot was sliced apart. The blood you see where the arm was cut off was transferred there by the bloody katana. Most likely the rest of Ponko is scattered around Prosecutor Blackwell's feet.
Not hearing this.
Therefore, what was transported inside that case was not the defendant, but a robot. Miss Sykes never was at the scene at the time of the murder.
No. My head, my body. Where am I? Oh, there I go. Order the court! It's true that Paco was found in pieces after the murder, and I'll admit I repaired her myself afterwards.
Okay. Yes, finally making some progress. Hopefully I've gotten at least one step closer to proving both Athena and Prosecutor Blackwell innocent.
Objection! Objection!
Ho ho, waggle my little finger at you. Well played, Mr. Wright. You made your point abundantly clear. I can see that it wasn't the defendant inside the rolling case, but the robot. All right, what's going on here? It's never good when he plays things this straight.
This prosecution withdraws claim that the defendant was carried from the scene.
No, Your Honor, my claim hasn't changed.
Objection!
But Ponko and Miss Sykes couldn't have both been inside that case.
Objection!
The notion the case was used to carry Miss Sykes was Miss Blackwell's theory. I had been of a different opinion from the outset. Oh. Now I finally had the opportunity to voice my theory. Oh, silly little nugget head. Thanks to the defense. Edgeworth, he's been one step ahead of me this whole goddamn demon time. But
In that case, how do you propose the defendant left the crime scene?
simple. The footage only shows Prosecutor Blackwell from behind. What's more, he's holding his arm in front of his body, as if he were holding something or someone.
Oh, okay. God, do we not have a video footage of that, though? Or is this just a picture we're looking at? I mean, I feel like if someone was in front of him, at some point we'd probably see him, unless they were, like, really good at shifting their body in the direction of the camera.
There's hardly evidence. I have proof. The surcoat Prosecutor Blackwell was wearing. The victim's blood was found on the front of it, and the stain had a highly distinctive shape.
A blood stain with a distinctive shape? Please continue, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
7 years ago, the defendant was known to constantly wear a certain item.
Uh-oh.
Of which there was only one in the world, a special pair of headphones made just for her.
She always wore these big heavy looking headphones. She said her mother made them for her as part of her research.
Analysis showed the bloodstain to be in the exact shape as these headphones. Oh, wow, my God, fucking seriously? In other words, this was no mere blood splatter. The blood went from the victim's body to the headphones, and then was imprinted on Prosecutor Blackwell's coat like a stamp.
A most gruesome stamp indeed. Oh, man, that's some level of fucked up. That must have a lot of blood on her face.
Blackwell carried Miss Sykes, who had been hit by splatter, away from the crime scene. This proves that Athena Sykes was, without question, present at the crime scene. And that, concludes the prosecution's argument. I bow to thee. Ah, shit sticks!
Or the defendant was indeed at the scene. It deepens the suspicion against her.
Objection!
But we also shown that the robot was there at the scene as well.
Objection!
I hope you're not making the ridiculous claim that a simple robot was the real murderer. I don't really think that, no, but can't say the possibility isn't there. Data Fulbright, was the robot questioned at the time? No, I don't see any record of it. I believe it was considered unrelated to the case. But as it turned out, the robot was actually integrally related. Your Honor, the defense would like to call Pongo to the stand.
A robot witness?
Oh, come on, is it really any weirder than all the other shit we've done? We've had parrots, whales, other weird stuff.
That's true. I call this turkey sandwich to the stand. Order the court. Prosecutor Edgeworth, what do you think about this?
Mr. Wright has called all manner of witnesses to the stand over the years, yeah. So why not a robot? Nothing surprises me anymore with him.
Very well, I will allow the witness. Bailiff!
Yes, Sedgy.
Please summon the robot named Paco.
Oh, goody, all right. All right, come here, you overgrown vacuum cleaner with tits on it. Witness, please say your name and occupation.
My name is Bon, not Witness. My name is Bongo, Bongo.
Yes, I realize that. I've seen that Studio Ghibli movie. When you are at the witness stand, you are the witness.
Oh, I am not. I'm Bongo. Say it with me. Bongo.
What an utterly inflexible robot. Ah!
You're the last person who should be calling anyone inflexible. You remind me of my grandchild who just learned his own name. Oh, how precious. God, stop talking about your dumb grandchild. Nobody cares, Sanji. I care. Fuck you. When you get a family of your own, you actually learn to give a shit. I do have a family. Remember Trucy? Yeah, look how things turn out for her. She's being taken hostage by a fucking crazy robot lady. Some daddy you are. You're right. I suck.
All right, Ponko. I'm going to ask you some questions.
Questions? You have questions? Alright! What are your questions? Tell me!
Ah! I want to know if you were there at the scene of the murder of Matus Sykes. It was 7 years ago on the 7th of October around 2 p.m. in the robotics lab.
Certainly, just one moment. Searching data. Search complete. Yes, I was there in the robotics lab. Hooray! Her blood rained down on me. It was glorious.
It would seem this robot's testimony is necessary to this case after all.
This is great. That is new. Ponko must have seen something important. That dumb robot.
A murder committed right before this poor little girl's eyes. It's inexcusable.
The judge seems ready to adopt Ponko as another grandchild. You didn't see how excited she was that she was there to witness murder, right?
I don't care. It's just like my grandchild. So adorable and psychotic. So, little Ponko, do you think you can give us your testimony today? Don't let my terrifying surprise face scare you. What I saw.
I went to the robotics lab at around 2 p.m. for my regular recharge. Just as I was about to charge up, Athena came in and hugged Mommy Matus. And then Mommy Matus fell down. After that, I was recharging, so I don't know anything.
Oh, that is fucking not good. No, that's not what we want to hear.
After I charged up, I was cleaning the room and Mr. Simon came in. And then an error occurred. There is no data after that point.
Well, it sounds like the defendant was, without question, at the scene. However, it doesn't appear the witness saw the actual moment of the murder. Did he? I thought it kind of sounded like it when it said that Athena ran up and then Mate just fell down, but I guess we're just assuming she just like leaped into her arms. I was kind of interpreting that as she ran up to her and stabbed her. I disagree. This testimony shows that the defendant did indeed commit the crime.
What?
At the end of the day, we must forget that this witness is still a machine. Yeah, okay, all right. Being a robot, its understanding capacity to express itself are limited.
So what are you suggesting?
The witness's statements need to be interpreted. For example, the terms hugged, and then later, fell down. Adults don't usually fall down after being hugged by a child, unless they glomp them really, really hard.
They don't? What?
Yes. Well, what this witness's statements are telling us is... that the defendant stabbed the victim with the murder weapon during this moment.
What?
Before Miss Sykes hugged Dr. Sykes, did the two of them converse?
Yes, they did. They spoke to each other very loudly, but I don't know what they said.
God damn it, shut up! Shut up, Ponko!
Tina is usually so quiet, so I was surprised.
Spoke very loudly. We interpret this to mean they argued.
I see, murder after a heated argument, and then the victim fell down. I agree that does sound like a reasonable interpretation. However, Ponko doesn't seem to remember anything that happened after that.
When I am recharging, I go into sleep mode. But I remember everything before that. I have a very good memory.
You may as well admit defeat now, Wright. A cross-examination will be useless.
Hey, Edgeworth, you mind tone it down a little bit? I mean, I know we're supposed to be playing enemies here, but, do you want Athena to die? I don't care, I'm back to being evil again! Ah, damn it! Don't be ridiculous, cross-examination is never useless.
Until now, think about it. Robots don't lie. This robot is both an important witness and valuable evidence at the same time.
Nevertheless, I will have my cross-examination.
Huh. I see you haven't changed. You never were one to worry about wasting time.
Very well, even maybe a waste of dumb time, you may proceed, Mr. Wright.
I'll show you both just how fruitful any cross-examination can be. I'll show you, Edgeworth. Gotta hate him, but love him too. Keep staring at me. Beautiful.
Okay, what did the robotics lab at 2 p.m. for my regular recharge?
Hold it!
Hold it. Your regular recharge. What is that exactly?
I have to refill my battery's power or else I stop working. I go to the lab to do that.
So that recharge occurred around 2 p.m. around the time of the murder.
That's right. I go every day at 2 p.m.
Just as I was about to charge up, Athena came in and hugged Mommy Maiden.
Hold it!
Hold it! Hugged her, huh? Which Edgeworth took to mean stabbed her with a weapon. You said the two of them were talking before Miss Sykes hugged her mother, is that right?
Yes, they were talking very loudly, but I couldn't tell what they were saying.
Couldn't tell. Even though they were speaking so loudly, yeah.
I'm only allowed to listen to voices that are directed at me.
Oh. Huh. If it listened to every voice, it would be a little better than a mobile eavesdropper.
Well, it explains why some of Ponka's testimony is so vague.
It's a shame that our little friend wasn't listening in, however. We could have learned what they were talking about just before Dr. Sykes was killed. Now then, what happened after that? And then Mommy made us fell down. After that, I was recharging, so I don't know anything.
Hold it!
I don't want to delve too deeply here, but could you tell us how the victim appeared and acted at this moment?
Mommy Matis was very surprised when she was hugged. I heard her heart pound.
Her heart.
Mr. Wright, have you forgotten about this document we found in the robotics lab? These robots have a heartbeat detection system.
Now that you mentioned it, I do remember reading something like that there. Some kind of crazy hoodly doodly. They detect the presence of people by the sound of their heartbeats. But wait a demon second. That means if Dr. Sykes really did die at this moment.
Ah, yes.
Ponko, how was Dr. Sykes after she fell down? Did you still hear the sound of her heartbeat?
Let's see, the moment she fell, her heart was pounding.
And she supposedly got stabbed in the heart, so it was instantaneous, right?
After that, I don't know. I started recharging just then.
Of all the unlikely timing, fuck you, Ponko! If you had heard anything after that, it could have possibly proved that the hug wasn't actually the moment of the murder.
I'm very sorry. I'm afraid I don't know. I'm very sorry.
The robot is designed to go into sleep mode automatically, so it can't be helped. Too bad! But it does appear to detect an increased heart rate at the moment of the stabbing.
After Mommy Matis' heart started pounding in surprise, she fell by the window. It was the round window on the workbench side of the room.
The workbench, huh? Ponko must be talking about that table to the right where that giant robot is now.
Okay.
Is there something critical in Ponko's statement just now? Of course there is! Your Honor, I believe this statement is very critical. I'd like to add it to her testimony.
Very well. Ponko, could you please add that statement to your testimony? That's a good little girl. Who's a good little robot? I am. Who's a good little murder monster? I am. Good. Now go slay all the infidels. Slay them all. I will die for turkey sandwiches. Oh, yes.
I think the judge might be a bad grandpa.
That's right. I got a movie made about me.
Mommy Matis fell down near the round window on the workbench side of the room. But we see her body isn't there. Based on the picture here, right?
Objection!
Right. Ponko, your statement may have just inspired a breakthrough.
I was helpful. Hooray! I'm so happy.
Just to be sure, let's go over it again, okay? The victim fell near the window on the workbench side of the room. However, her body was discovered on the operating table.
But the operating table and the workbench are on two different locations.
Yes, that's what I mean, Judge. Yeah, exactly, Your Honor. We just learned a new crucial fact. What could explain the two very different locations of the body? I'll tell you what. The victim moved. The defendant moved the body. The victim moved. An 11-year-old girl couldn't have moved the heavy body of an adult. It's the only explanation is the victim walked to the operating room table herself. In other words, what Ponko observed near the workbench couldn't possibly have been the moment of the murder. Ha! In your face, Edgeworth!
Ooh, I'm relieved to hear that. Glad to know that the murder wasn't committed in front of the little Ponko here.
Blah. Yes, as we just heard in the testimony, Miss Sykes hugged her mother. Nothing more.
Objection!
Objection!
Oh, see little goober head. Right. Right. It's been 8 years. We are still just as green as ever.
Green? I can't recall ever seeing Mr. Wright in anything but a blue suit.
And Judge, you're just as stupid as ever. Fuck me. Got it. Now I remember why I don't do this anymore.
Hey, blue's my favorite color. What can I say?
If the defendant couldn't move the body herself, she could have had it move for her. Oh.
Move for her. But Miss Sykes and Dr. Sucks were the only ones there. Have the robot move her?
I agree. Since this robot is equipped with a heartbeat detection system, it would have been aware of another person's presence if someone else had been there. We can therefore conclude the defendant and the victim were the only ones present.
Then who do you suggest moved the body?
Don't you know it's in the nature of a robot to help people do things? Yeah. Miss Ponko, allow me to ask you a question. Or Panko, I said Panko.
My name is Bongo. Say it with me, Bongo. Don't make me sing the song again.
I believe you said you were cleaning after Dr. Sykes fell down. Did you happen to move something large onto the operating table?
Yes, I did. Athena asked me to.
Fuck! God damn it! Fuck!
Athena asked you to?
And what did you move, little Ponko?
Miss Venus's dead, lifeless body. I don't know. Unless something has an ID tag, I can't tell what it is.
An ID tag, you say?
Yes, a tag with a barcode on it. We robots scan them to tell us what the thing is.
Oh, God, though, okay. The fact that she didn't recognize as a person because she didn't hear a heartbeat, right? So it means she was already dead. Fuck!
That paper in the lab did mention something about that. Now let's look at it again. Recognize people by scanning their spacesuit or uniform jacket ID tag, it said.
So it would appear that Miss Panko here can't identify when it moved.
My name is Bongo!
But we humans have the power to imagine what it was, do we not?
Well, we do?
Huh. Well, I do at the very least. Jesus. I don't know about you, dumbasses. Ah, that's right. Douchey Edgeworth is back. Miss Panko, on the defendant's command, move the body onto the operating table.
Go! Fuck! Ponko, did you really move Dr. Sykes' body? This is really important. Is there any way you can tell?
I don't know. Without an ID tag, I can't tell.
Give it up, Wright. If the victim's heartbeat was stopped, the robot's detection system will be useless. Furthermore, Dr. Sykes usually wore her white coat while she was working, which had the ID tag on it. She kept the jacket with her ID tag on it draped over a chair in the robotics lab. I see, yeah. And only wore it for special occasions. In other words, the victim wasn't wearing her ID tag at the time. From the robot's point of view, her body was simply just another object.
Objection!
Jesus! But Ponko's equipped with a facial recognition system. If she really did move the victim, she would have recognized the body as Dr. Sykes. But she didn't. So that means...
Objection!
A face can easily be covered with a piece of cloth, a mask, or anything else for that. Oh, god damn it! There's a fucking mask in that room, too! No! A mask or anything else for that matter. With her facial features hidden, the robot wouldn't be able to tell it was Dr. Sykes.
Oh, shit, Sticks. He's right.
To summarize, Miss Sykes stabbed her mother near the workbench, then, using the robot, she moved the body to the table, where she removed the sword and was stained in blood.
Order! But if that's the case, then I have a question. Why did the defendant move the body to the operating table in the first place?
Oh, yeah. You want a reason? Very well.
What? You can't possibly have an explanation.
Your emotions blind you to the truth. You could learn a lot from our robot friends. Yes. They will one day kill us all and rule this world. Calm and rational thought will open your eyes to the truth in front of you, Mr. Wright. Now then, do you remember the operating table's one special feature?
Yeah. I believe I read that robots can be assembled and disassembled there. Isn't that right?
That's right. And to the defendant, who was just a child at the time, the table was like a magic box that could make robots appear or disappear in seconds. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
If that actually managed to work, then I would have found, oh, that's why this game's rated M. Fucking cut up Matus's body into fucking pieces and just chuck into a box.
Yes, good, mommy dearest. Ah.
Oh, well, there's my M rating.
But at the end, my mom just put her on the operating table and fixed her in a flash. I was so impressed by what my mom did. I even asked her if she would put me on the table and fix me if I ever got hurt. It looked just like a magic to me, what she could do.
Oh, stupid Athena, fuck! Yeah, you can't possibly be suggesting.
This young, sheltered girl had a difficult time distinguishing robots from people.
Even though they look very fucking different.
But take a look at Pongo's arm. It was Miss Sykes who bandaged it up like that. Like that.
Wait, did I say that like? I did. I was like, wait a minute.
There's another typo. It was Miss Sykes who bandaged it up that like.
That like? What? You must have thought that machine's healed the same way that people do. What an adorable, naive mistake. What a dumbass. Brought me my own grandchild, blah, 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 blah.
No, freaking, wait. I refuse to believe it.
Miss Sykes made a childish, naive, and cruel mistake. She thought that if a robot could be dismantled and vanish without a trace.
Prosecutor Edward, holy dicks! If you're about to explain what I think you are, I demand you word as delicately as you can.
With all due respect, Your Honor, all I can do is present the evidence as the truth as it stands. The reason the defendant moved the victim's body to the operating table.
Hold it!
To cut up in little pieces. No, don't say another word. Just stop.
No, my big hand demands it. Was to dismantle the evidence so that she could get away with her crime.
That can't be.
Oh man, that would have been fucking nasty.
Order! Order the court! Order the court, sir!
Edgeworth, she was just a little kid. How can you say such a horrible thing?
She's a demon child. She deserves to die. Horrible. Huh. Like I said, you're just as green as ever. I came here today as a prosecutor to seek only the truth. No more, no less. My theory is simply the result of a rational consideration of every possibility.
Objection!
No, you're supposed to be here to help me, you idiot. But dismantling isn't the table's only function. It can make repairs as well. It's conceivable that Miss Sykes moved her mother to the table in order to fix her.
Huh. I suppose that could be another way of interpreting it. But dismantle or repair, it doesn't matter either way.
Right. What do you mean?
After murdering her mother, Miss Sykes may have come to her senses. Perhaps she did want to make it appear as if it had never happened. And that's why she tried to repair her mother. Yes, that's one possible explanation.
But
it wouldn't change the fact that she killed her. But we must forget the facts of this case. The victim was observed to fall down after being hugged by the defendant, and the body was moved per the defendant's command. These two facts that indicate the defendant's guilt, remain unchanged.
this just can't be true.
Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence to refute the prosecutor's claim?
Evidence? Right. Hold on, let me look up my butthole real quick. Let's see. It's gotta be something I can pull out my ass for this. Let's see. Can't think of any. I'm afraid I don't have any evidence.
Since becoming chief prosecutor, I've learned that the truth isn't always pretty. I've had my own adventures, right? You weren't there for them, except as Easter eggs off screen somewhere.
I saw you and Maya at one point. I yelled hello to you, but you said nothing. You said nothing, Wright. I'm sorry. Maya was trying to get me to buy her some fucking cheeseburgers, all right? I didn't have time. I didn't have time, Edgeworth. It's too late now, Wright. This is what you get. This is my vengeance. I've been working against you the whole time. I'm actually evil in this game. I'm the mastermind. Dun, dun, dun. God damn it. Why does there have to be a mastermind every fucking game? Now accept the truth, Mr. Wright. Your subordinate murdered her own mother. Your Honor, the prosecution demands a verdict. The hostages have suffered enough. What a terrible and tragic conclusion. Oh, well, I don't care. Anyway, if the defense has no counter-argument, I see no need to further prolong this trial.
Edgeworth's argument seems solid enough. But, there's no way Athena could have ever done anything like that. What do? Has to be something. But I can't think of a single thing. God damn it. Who said that? Objection. Hello, it's me.
Prosecutor Blackwell?
Yes, I know. I'm surprised it's me too. Huh. See, that's how you huff. Fake prosecutor. This is quite the farce you're conducting here. I could die from laughter.
Prosecutor Blackwell, what are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is that your argument is based on an entirely false premise. Go on, we're listening. This be the miracle I need. What is Prosecutor Blackwell trying to pull here?
Why is he trying so hard to... He's gonna try to turn the blame back on him again, isn't he? I thought he was like... His whole point of the previous case was he was trying to find the Phantom, right? Because he believed that he had been framed, right? But it seems like he's just... I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Maybe he's not, but I think just based on his attitude before, right, that keeps trying to put it on himself. He keeps saying that he's gonna take the blame for it. But why?
7 years. For 7 long years. This case has been on my mind. Not for an instant did I not think of it. I'm the one who killed my mentor. Don't think you can alter that fact now. Your baldness, I will take to the stand, and I won't take no for an answer.
Of course, Prosecutor Blackwell, just don't kill me! Please go ahead.
Yeah, see, he is. He keeps trying to say that he did it. But I figured if he was going after the guy, it's like he are on his own. I don't know. Why is he trying to protect them? 7 years ago.
I went to the Cosmos Space Center with the intention of killing Dr. Sykes. But when I got to the robotics lab, I found Athena there instead. I would not be swayed from my purpose, so I waited for Dr. Sykes to return. And then I committed the act. And how cathartic it was.
Put a little Paco here witness the victim falling. In other words...
Objection! I don't need any of your other words, old man. I can guess what happened.
Which would be?
She fell means she fell. Merely that. A mother and child fooling around. Perhaps she tripped. Not that it matters. When I entered the lab, there was no trace of Dr. Sykes to be seen. There was no dead body either, of course, meaning she must have left the room.
So the murder occurred after the time period Paco described in her testimony?
Huh. You should hardly take stock in the words of a wind-up toy.
Objection! Then how do you explain the fact that the defendant had the robot move something?
Athena was always tinkering with robots on the operating table to amuse herself, and she always had Paco move the heavy ones for her. And that day was no different. Paco moved a heavy robot for Athena.
I gotta say, Blackwell's he's a pretty cool character, I gotta say. I think he might be the best character in this game. He's a badass, but he's definitely... And while I thought initially he might end up being a bad guy, he's actually turning out to be a pretty upstanding guy. He's willing to take the blame, I guess, to get Athena off the hook. Maybe that's the point, though. Maybe he knows that there's no way that he can find evidence or anything fast enough to save or to find this Phantom by this point, right? Because he's supposed to be executed tomorrow. So he's just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna take the blame for this and at least get Athena off the hook. Maybe that's what this is.
It's awful. What he's saying seems to make sense, and yet...
Objection! Prosecutor Blackwell, are you trying even now to turn away from the truth? Don't you realize we could bring the arcade of the law to a close today?
Objection!
Do it doesn't look like I care. I'm gonna be dead soon anyway. You expect too much from me. I'm just a murderer beyond redemption. Why don't you just let me go so I can settle down into hell? I'm meeting Gardo for brunch later. Prosecutor Blackwell's execution's tomorrow. The truth doesn't come out now. It's all over.
Are you saying that the little girl and the robot had nothing to do with the murder?
That's right. So let's hear your verdict. If we don't hurry, I might miss the ferry across the Styx.
Hold it!
Don't you dare, Judge. Don't forget I have hostages over here. And Simon, how long are you going to cover for her?
Miss Blackwell! Forgive me, Aura. I never wanted you to do anything like this for me. But you agreed to this trial. If you have a counter-argument, then present your evidence. That's the rule of the courtroom. Isn't that right, Chief Prosecutor?
Blackwell, you selfish!
Well, to be frank, I don't like this, but it's my duty to make a decision. If no one has a counter-argument, I will announce my verdict. I'm gonna do it. Is this really happening? Is it really going to end just like it did 7 years ago?
I wanted to do it so bad. Even now, I want to fly out of here and go save him.
No, I can't tell her. But how can I lie to Athena? If I can't prove Prosecutor Blackwell's innocence in this trial, I don't think Athena will ever forgive me. Damn it! Can't let this happen. I just don't have the evidence to counter Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony.
Time for somebody to yell, hold it. Come on. There we go. Right on time. Why are we even acting surprised by this point? Who is it?
It's me!
What the hell did you come from? Athena, what are you feeling okay?
I can hear it. I can hear the voice of his heart. Like Dark Heart. He's hiding something.
Oh, here we go. It's widget time. If he really is, I can sure use Athena's help here.
Guards, hello? Why do we keep Blackwell chained up and not her? Equality mean anything to you guys?
Oh, I did chain her out, Judge. She just broke out of it because these chains are fucking useless.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. We make all these out of paper mache. You thought we'd learn our lesson by now, but god damn it, we are fucking stupid here.
Her power might be just the thing to get us through this.
Objection!
Sykes, don't know. No need for you to chime in here. Just accept that you're innocent.
These past 7 years, they've been just as hard on me, you know.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember that horrible, horrible trial? Please, you have to listen to me. He didn't kill her. His heart is screaming that he didn't kill her. Even now, every time I stand in a courtroom, it comes back to haunt me. Not being heard, no matter how hard you try. Feeling so helpless. Caught in people's stares, so scared that it feels like your chest is in a vice. I'm terrified of courtrooms. I want to run out that door even now.
And yet you found a way to keep your fears at bay and become a lawyer.
Thanks. It's because one day, I came to realize that I had to fight. I couldn't give up. I exercised hard and studied hard. I wanted to become the strongest lawyer I could be. This day has finally come, the day I've been looking forward to with all my heart. That's why I became a lawyer. That's why I studied psychology. It was all to save you from this false conviction.
But, Miss Sykes, do you realize what it would mean? You are the accused after all. If you prove Prosecutor Blackwell innocent, then...
The only thing that matters is the truth. It's my duty to find out what the truth is. Simon, please give me this chance. The chance to shake off this fear that's been with me for 7 years and to face the truth.
Athena's being so brave, confronting her past like this. It's might really be the last chance to save them both. Prosecutor Blackwell, please testify one more time about the incident 7 years ago. Fuck you. Fine. But your efforts will surely be in vain.
I feel like this is gonna be interesting. I feel like this will be like probably a toughie because he's also a master of his own psychology.
For I'm not a man who can be cut down easily.
Here we go, Simon. Let me hear the voice of your heart.
Shut up about your fucking voice shit.